Hey guys, welcome to G's channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to use Google Docs. So let's get started. So first of all, we're going to start off with our title. So we are going to type in something like how to use Google Docs. Alright, and then what's cool about Google Docs is that if you click right over here, you'll see the title that you just typed on the top appear, and soon enough it'll appear right over here. Alright, now I'm gonna show you guys what this thing does. So if you click normal text, which is what it's usually set to, you'll see that there's all these different options. These are basically going to kind of set up how big your writing is going to be. So if you click title, for example, it's going to go really big, right? But if you don't exactly like the font like that, if you don't exactly like the size of it, you can always highlight it. It's going to turn light blue like this, and you can always shrink it or make it grow bigger. So I'm just going to go it up to 12. All right. The next thing is going to be the font. So if you look here, we have lots of different options. And if you click more fonts, you could search up what kind of fonts you would like. So over here, it has scripts, which is all scripts. It's basically showing you all kinds of different languages. And if you show all fonts over here, it's different kinds of fonts. So there's display, handwriting, monospace, and all these other types. Then we could sort it. I usually like to sort it alphabetically just so that we could keep track. There's a lot of different fonts. It's usually set up to Arial, which is what I am typed in right now. But you could choose a lots of different types. If you want to go with handwriting, then you could go to show all fonts and switch it to handwriting, and then you could see all these different types of handwritings. If you want some cursive handwriting, then I will suggest the calligraphy. It's really pretty. I also really like the coming soon. I feel like it's a really nice. My favorite so far is the Patrick hand. It's right over here, and I'll just show you. It's kind of small, but you can always again fix the size. So next is bolding. So you want to highlight, and then if you click bold, the type will get more thicker. If you click that again, then it'll go regular. Italics is basically where it's slanted. So yeah, and underlining is exactly what it looks like. You underline it. And text color, you get to change what color your text is, which is what you just typed. It's always set on black, but you can also customize your colors and everything. It's really cool. And highlight colors is basically what's surrounding your text. I'll just show you with this bright yellow. So basically look like this, as if you are highlighting on the computer. It's always set on none, but you could change that. Insert link. If you wanted to add a link of some type, like maybe some kind of video, then you would search or paste the link right over here. Add a comment. You can leave yourself a note saying, oh, switch this so that the D is capitalized or something. And insert an image. You can upload from your computer, so that will go to files like this, or you can search from the web and stuff. Alright, so these are how your text is going to be looking like. So right now we are at the left align, but if we go center align, it'll go right in the center, which is usually how people like it when they are creating a title. Or we could go to right align, which is we usually don't use it that much, but it's also really cool too. Justify is basically where it'll make sure that um, all everything you type will kind of be evenly spaced. It'll just kind of be always in the center. You'll see it. You'll see what I mean once you start typing it. But I'm just gonna go to the left align. Line and paragraph spacing is basically how spaced out your words is gonna be. So I'm gonna actually make another line so you get to see what I mean. So line and paragraph spacing, it's this one. So if you do single, it's gonna be slightly tighter. If you do 1.15, then it's gonna be slightly more spaced out. 1.5 will be more spaced out, and double is a lot spaced out. And you can also customize your spacing if you don't like any of the options. I'm just gonna keep it single. Checklist is basically if you want like to make a list or something, it's really nice. There's also bullet list. You can also use it when you're making a list, but if you want to check things off, then definitely checklist is better. Number list is also like a list, and it's what's really great about Google Docs is that it actually numbers it for you, so you don't have to type 1, 2, 3 over and over again. You could just do it like this. So I'm just gonna remove that actually, and then these are decrease indent and increased indent. Basically what it does is it gives you an indent. So usually you'll put tab for it, but if you don't want to do that, you could just do increased indent and it'll give you an indent. And if you don't want it, then you could decrease indent. Now we are going to look at this right over here. This right now we're in the editing mode, which is basically like you type stuff and things. Suggesting mode is basically where you're commentating basically, and viewing is just you get to read or print whatever's typed, but you can't actually write anything on it. Over here is zoom. Usually we put it to 100%. That's just how it's gonna usually be set up, but if you want it to be less zoomed out and less zoomed in, then you'll do it a lower number. If you want it more zoomed in, you'll make it a higher number. I prefer 100%, but if you are typing little tiny with a tiny font or tiny font size, then you can do that if you would like. There's also the spelling and grammar check, just to make sure that your grammar is correct. You can print, and undo is basically going back to what you just had, and redoing is basically going back to what you had before. So it's like back and then back forth. File is going to files. You could share it, you could email it, you could download it, rename, move to trash, all of this. Editing is just editing, I guess. This shows like what you could see, so you can see height, comments. You could see what kind of mode you have, and all of these stuff. Insert, I feel like it's one of my personal favorites. You get to insert images. These tables are basically, let me just show you. So you could like choose how the table's gonna look like, and it'll basically create it for you. I don't really want that though, so I go back to insert. And drawing is basically you could draw something on it. So there's all these different kinds of shapes and stuff that you could work with. So if you want to kind of draw something on here, then you could do that. There's charts. Horizontal lines are great if you are writing a story on Google Doc. It'll just make a line like that, so to indicate that you ended a scene or something. There's emojis. special characters if you want to add them, equations, stuff like that. Watermark is basically like if you add like an image and you want it to make it lighter, that's basically what it does. Format is basically everything we reviewed. We can do all of this, paragraph styles. So that's what we saw at the beginning, where it kind of does the font for you. I mean, the font size for you. Line and indent, what we saw again before. Line and paragraph spacing, columns. This is actually pretty important. So this is what it's usually set to. This is like this second one in the middle is probably for if you're writing like some kind of newspaper article on docs for some reason. And then this is like 3 columns. Most people probably won't use that, so it's usually these 2. Bullets, again, we went through that before. Headers and footers will appear over here. Page numbers, you can, if you're writing a story again or something like that. Tools, you could do spelling and grammar. Word count, just basically counts how many words you typed. Review suggested edits is basically looking at the suggested edits. And compare documents, citations. There's also the dictionary, and you can also translate your document. So if you don't want to go through that, the entire text just translating everything, this usually does the job for you. There's also this really cool thing called voice typing. I could say, so it's set to English. So, hi, my name is G. Then it types it for you. Usually it doesn't really do periods and stuff. Actually, you can do periods now, but sometimes it might mistype it for you, so I suggest that you'd do it by yourself. There is extensions and then help. Usually you don't need that because you have me to tell you this kind of stuff, but there's also keyboard shortcuts, which can be very useful. So I'm just going to show you one more thing. So if you go over here on the top, you get to add something above the what you would regularly type on. And then usually over here, if you click the bottom part, it's called the footer. You can add page numbers and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope this video allowed you to get some new cool things you could do with Google Docs. I hope this video really helped. Please subscribe to my channel if you really like this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.